Gavin, what is the biggest lesson you've taken from your own childhood that you want to teach your son today? This is going to sound controversial, but my one lesson is to fight back. When I was a young boy, I was bullied on a regular basis for many years, and the reason that persisted was because I was an easy target for these bullies. I never fought back. I always ran away. So I was no threat to them. They had no fear over me because they could push me around and they knew that I wouldn't react aggressively. And I'm ashamed to say that even today as a 38-year-old man. But the reason this is so important for my son today is because I ran away from a difficult experience as a boy. I hid away from the challenges of those bullies. And what happened there in that playground transferred onto every other experience in my life. I would run away from opportunities for growth and progress because they were difficult. I would not show up when people needed me. I would not have the difficult conversations that needed to be had in order to resolve a conflict. So running away from the bullies became a pattern in my life because deep down inside, I felt weak. I felt insignificant. I felt like I wasn't strong enough, resilient enough to take on those bullies. And whenever a challenge presented itself outside of those school playgrounds, those same internal beliefs would also influence my decision there to run away, to hide, and to ignore the struggle, to ignore this potentially painful situation. But what I later began to realize is that by running away, it increased my pain because the bullies didn't go away. Those challenges that I ignored didn't go away. They continued to accumulate to the point where it completely pulled me under. And I became so overwhelmed with the challenges that I had ignored that they accumulated over the years to the point where all I had was fucking struggle. And the only way to get beyond it was to start facing it, was to stop running. Unfortunately, in my later teens, I did begin to fight. I learned how to box and kickbox, and I built the confidence to stand up for myself. And this began a new pattern in my life. And as I started to fight back against the physicalities that stood in my way, I started to fight back against the other struggles that stood in my way. It's taken some time, and it's time that I would have saved if I had the courage to stand up for myself in the first place against those bullies. And that is why that lesson is going to be so important for me to teach my son. If you've been pushed by anyone or anything, push back. Stand up and fight.